Hey guys, it's Seneca. Welcome back to the Green Sofa. Today I am joined by cannabis chef Tasha Kurtz.
Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing?
Yes, I'm so excited because I feel like you can solve pretty much any problem with weed, avocados, and sunlight. I'm just saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
In my world.
Everybody come to me real quick. You got a cold? Yeah, I got a cold. Marijuana will help.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Yeah, I got something.
So listen, Tasha, how did you become a cannabis chef? Like, who goes to school to be a cannabis chef? Like, what degree is that?
I know, right? So where do we go and sign up for that? Actually, I went to school for medical. I was going to school for nursing.
Wow. Okay.
And as I was doing nursing, I was also an MA for Methodist.
Okay.
So I was doing the work, and it wasn't actually until my mom got cancer, breast cancer, that I wanted to branch into the field of marijuana.
Really? So how do you do that? Like,
I watched her trial. So she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer.
wow.
So that was immediately, it already had spread it to a different area.
Yeah.
And so I'm in nursing school, so at that time I'm just real innocent, thinking that doctors know best.
Okay.
I'm following along with the doctors, the treatment plan, all of that good stuff. Yeah, that's what we should do. That's just listen to them. I didn't push a second opinion, and I should have. It was just a lot of things that I did that I would have done differently now.
So did you see that the westernized medicine wasn't helping her?
Yes, I did. Quickly noticed. I felt like it was a gimmick. Now I know it is.
Okay.
First stage was to shrink the tumor, right?
Okay.
So we're going to chemotherapy every day. I'm watching her get sick. She's sick for 3 days after chemo. Can't use it, can't eat, can't sleep, just uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, I mean, because it's poison. You're
poison.
Basically poisoning yourself and hoping you kill the bad cells and keep some of the good ones at the same time.
Exactly, and that is usually what they hope for to happen.
Exactly.
Never really happens.
Because they are practicing medicine.
That's exactly right. And when you practice, sometimes you win the game when you show up, sometimes you don't.
Right.
And so in this particular situation with my mom, the chemotherapy worked, and of course she was in remission.
Okay.
I was like, yay, she's in remission. We're thinking it's over. You know that little feeling. Right. And then it comes back with a vengeance, because of course once you punch somebody and burn off, they gonna get mad. Right? They gonna look for you.
Okay.
So
where you at?
You disturb the body.
Yeah.
And its natural habitat with poison is going to react to it in any kind of way it possibly can.
Wow.
So it spread like wildflower. And then we're at Memorial Hermann. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Yeah.
We're at Memorial Hermann, and I was like, okay, at this point, when it came back, doctor didn't know what to do next. I said, okay, well, let's go to MD Anderson. When we got to MD Anderson, the nurse came right up to me and said, hey, you guys should have came to us first. We have a lot of trials that we could have put her in. Not saying that it would have worked, but we are the cancer hospital, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, we get it.
Right. And so we got home one day, and she was just tired. Could not eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't use the restroom. And I was like, at that time, I wasn't an avid smoker.
Right.
I didn't like weed. I grew up in the Baptist background. My dad,
hallelujah.
Right. My dad's a pastor, so I'm like, I guess we can't smoke weed in the house. That's fine. So I'm just following
Heathens
along.
do that.
Right. That's what I was taught.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm sick of you being constipated. Let's try weed. Weed will help.
Okay.
And I showed my dad. I say, but the only way we're gonna do this is if the whole house eat it.
Yeah.
Everybody has to.
This is a family affair.
I'm not gonna be the only pothead in this house.
Okay.
Y'all don't know my life like that. Right.
Puff pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
You feel me? See, they had to get on board.
Okay, good.
But anyway, everybody had ended up eating brownies.
Okay.
My dad, he is a sugar eater. He forgot it was weed in there. So he had 6 brownies.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't even want to know how that turned out.
It's horrible. It was funny, but it was horrible. But it helped her. The very next day, she woke up. She was putting makeup on. She woke up before everybody. Putting makeup on in the mirror.
Wow.
And she's like, yeah, Tassie, I went to the restroom.
Wow.
I feel amazing. You want to go shopping? I'm like,
Now, this is a lady who has been dealing with stage 4 cancer.
Right. And was in pain every day. And this was the only day. They load her up with pain meds, and of course you're groggy and you're sleepy all the time.
Yeah.
She was expecting that from the weed, but she just bounced right back up.
Right. So had a brownie, and she putting on makeup the next day.
That's it. And from then on, she was like, all right, what can we do next? I put the pain pills up. I was like, all right, well, let's try pecan pie. She's like, yeah, that's my favorite. I love that.
Yeah.
So I just started playing with everything. And I was initially cooking from a kid with my granny, southern, going to the country, killing animals. Sorry, vegans. But, doing the whole 9 yards with my granny and learning how to cook. And so I implemented everything. Dewberry pie. I mean, every dessert food granny made, I put weed in it.
Wow.
Just to see what would happen.
That's amazing. And it's funny because I was doing some research recently about Schedule 1, drugs.
Right.
So, Schedule 1 drugs are those drugs that they say are highly potential for being addictive, that there's no medical use for them, all these things. There's all kind of safety hazards. And so when you look at Schedule 1 drugs, they're like heroin, cocaine, LSD.
Right.
And I was so surprised to find out that marijuana is considered a Schedule 1 drug. I'm like, come on now, you can't put marijuana in the same category with cocaine.
And heroin.
Yes, heroin for real?
And we taking that on the daily in pill form, but that's okay though. So because they said it's okay. Right?
Exactly. One of the things I love that D.L. Hughley said, that if you are black and you're on crack, it's a crime. Right. But if you're white and you're on opioids, it's a crisis.
You need help. Let's figure it out. What can we do?
Let's find some intervention. Right. But if you're black, it's a crime.
I hate the stigma of drugs in us.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, people think about marijuana and they think only about the aspect of getting high. Right. But they don't realize that there's so many medicinal properties to marijuana, right? You have the THC and then you have the CBD.
Right.
The THC is the part that gets you high, right? That's the part that makes you feel euphoric. Yeah, the psychoactive part. And then you have the CBD, which is more of the medicinal.
Exactly. But a lot of people don't even know that our body naturally produces THC.
I didn't even know that. I just learned that this week, that our body naturally produces a lot of these chemicals.
Even Dr. CP says a lot about it. Like, the natural stuff that's in the earth is what's best for us. So when we put the poison, which makes sense, obviously, when we put the poison in our bodies and harm our bodies, again, it messes up your chakra, everything's off-centered, off-balance, it's just not going to go right. But when you smoke THC, even if you do CBD, some people can't handle the psychoactiveness of it. Right. And that's understandable.
I'm not one of those people.
I'm not
Just
either.
saying.
Just saying. those euphoric feelings that you get from THC are the same thing that you get when you eat chocolate.
Absolutely. Those dopamines and serotonin and,
and that ready to go action after, at midnight or whatever time you want to do it,
Yeah.
Those feelings are natural.
Absolutely.
And if we keep natural feelings in our body, we can stay in line and we'll be 100% good. But a lot of people
don't get it.
The fear aspect. It's a fear thing. Fear tactic. The commercials, did you see some of the old commercials for the THC when they tried to, Dare? You remember Dare?
Oh yeah, Dare.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Right.
Was that the one with the little dog or something?
The lion, the super strong lion.
Oh, okay.
No, he was on steroids, but we're not gonna talk about that.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
We gonna talk about that. Yeah. You never seen a lion so swollen in my life.
No, exactly.
But yeah, THC is a very good product. It's something that people shouldn't be fearful of. Yeah. Because it really is helpful.
Well, the thing is, pharmaceutical companies are making money hand over fist, right? Because and the thing is, a lot of the things that they're pulling are things that naturally come from the earth, right? And they're putting it in a chemical form so that they can, make more of it in a less amount of time. But I'm just like, when I go to Africa, I do a lot of trips to Africa, right? And so they are some of the healthiest people I've ever encountered in my life because, you know what I mean? Because when they get sick, it's like, oh, just go pull this leaf off of a tree or go pull this root out of the ground. Like, they're using things that are from the earth to heal.
And you would think, even like, how they used to teach us in Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, how to use nature to your advantage. So with the aloe vera leaf. Yeah. When you put it on you.
Absolutely. I keep going outside.
Right. And those are just everyday things, but this is bad. Why is cannabis so bad?
Absolutely.
Why?
Give me when it grows from the earth.
God made it.
Yeah.
What is so bad about it? Why did you make us fearful of it? because it's no money in healing.
Well, that's the thing. I tell people all the time that there's no money in the cure.
It's nothing.
There's money in managing disease. So if they can keep you taking all of this medication, managing the disease, but not curing it, right? Then the pharmaceutical companies get rich, and they're in cahoots with a lot of these doctors, right? Who are paid by more medicine. The more medicine they prescribe, the more money they get. So it's like it's a cycle. It's a very vicious cycle, and it does not work in our favor.
Never. It's
because because when you give the body right things, it will naturally heal itself.
All the time, and I tell everybody that I have this thing about, like, if you have an STD, that's understandable. Pop that pill and save your life.
Yes. Please go get that penicillin. Go get that penicillin shot quick, sir.
Please hurry up. Do you need a ride? Because I got you.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all seriousness, everything else outside of that, I mean, even that, it is some stuff that you can take. It'll take longer to heal with STDs, but it is some natural remedies that you can use for STDs.
Wow.
But everything else, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, cancer, epilepsy, PTSD. I mean, we have a military full of people who are like released back into civilization and have not been mentally prepared.
Yeah.
They go through the little therapy process, but it's not real.
It's no.
Because you don't know where this particular soldier is going back home to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If he's going back home to the same hood he was raised in, then the mentality that he got in Afghanistan is going to trickle down to the hood. And guess what? We got some more black on black crime.
Absolutely.
But if you gave him THC and told, hey, get him off the pills. But they're so quick to push pills because it's money in pills.
Absolutely. And it's like, here in the U.S., there's 33 states that are legalized for, I think it's recreational marijuana. No, maybe it's recreational medicinal marijuana. And then 10 states for the recreational marijuana.
Exactly. And I tell people all the time, just like your vegetables, if you trust your store, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm growing my own vegetables. I grow my own weed. I grow everything.
Man.
I'm watching my stuff grow because I need to be able to tell my consumer that this is 100% natural. I'm not using any chemicals. I'm not trying to make it grow faster. I'm not trying to make it stronger because I honestly, at the end of the day, don't really care about you. I'm more concerned about you being safe eating marijuana.
That's right.
Than you getting high. And I'll tell people that and they know it. My customers say, I want to get higher. I want to get higher. Well, listen.
Right.
I got levels to this shit. So if you want to get there, it's levels. So if you want to get there, we can get there. But I'm not going to strengthen my dose, my average dose for the health customer, for my cancer patients, for my epileptic patients. I'm not going to strengthen that dose just to reach a high for
exactly because you want to be safe.
I cater to your need.
And one of the things that I learned is that, like millions of people die every year because of alcohol poisoning, right? Thousands of people die every day because of opioids and prescription drug poisoning. I have never heard anybody dying of weed. I have never been to a funeral and they were like, yo, how Junebug died? Yo, that nigga done overdosed on some sativa. I have never heard that. You know what? That boy done went out on some indica.
He went out on some indica. He's going to be asleep for a while, but you're not going to die.
He might be asleep. He might be in a coma.
He might be in a coma, a little sleep.
But he going to rise again.
You're going to see some little drool coming off of him, but he's going to get back up.
Yeah.
On the third day, maybe,
But he'll rise.
He'll rise again.
Yeah. But there's such a misnomer and a misconception about it, right?
That's my goal, really. I really want to change the horrible stigma that's associated with Christian values on marijuana, as well as America or the world's value of what marijuana does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just about, even my family think, oh, you're just trying to get high. I barely even light a joint. People can honestly say they haven't seen me smoke weed. I socially smoke, but I'm eating every morning. Every morning I start off with some tea that's infused, my lunch, my dinner.
Yeah.
And I don't do my dessert because I like the overindulgent sweets.
Okay.
So I just try to not get too high off that. But yes, everything pretty much I eat is always infused.
Wow.
And it helps with my fibroids. It helps with my knee pain from basketball injuries. Like, my whole system is just like free. And I just want people to experience that.
Yeah. I think I was first introduced to marijuana, I think my senior year in high school. And then I went hard in the paint when I got to college. I mean, I was straight disrespectful with it, showing up in class with my glasses on.
Right,
Listen,
right.
I was hiding a 747 en route to Shanghai. Do you hear me?
That's right. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, right. Listen, but it was such a beautiful thing. But the only thing was I was using it in a very abusive way because I was smoking to get high.
Right.
I didn't know anything about no medicinal purposes.
Me neither back then.
All the benefits of it, right? I just knew
care.
I liked the feeling of being high. And it worked.
And I felt like I was telling the truth. If I get high, I'll make high scores. That probably did. It would have happened if I wouldn't have felt it.
Yeah, and listen, anytime I had to write a paper, anything like that, I got high because I mean it would just unlock parts of my brain.
And that's actually true. It is.
I'm serious that I used to become so creative, and it would just unlock parts of my brain that I didn't even know I could think on that level.
It's some children now that they're giving it to for ADHD. I strongly tell parents.
Yeah.
I would prefer my kids smoke a joint every morning. I don't care if he's 11. CPS don't come looking for me. I don't care if he's 11. Like, I would rather you smoke a joint or, eat some food, which I would preferably do for my kids. Of course. Eat some food that has marijuana in it as opposed to taking the pills that they give you for Ritalin. It's just, you're just locked all day. You're boring. You're kid.
Now that should be a Schedule 1 drug right there.
Exactly. It's just not going to do anything for the rest of the day. No,
yeah. And what we're seeing is that most of the people who are dying in our community, especially black women, we are dying of curable diseases.
Exactly.
High blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. These are things that you don't have to have.
Exactly.
And so it kills me when I hear people, they're like, oh, well, I'm going to have high blood pressure because my mama had high blood pressure. I'm going to have diabetes because my daddy had diabetes. And I'm like, no. Your mama ate pork chops every day.
Right.
And you ate pork chops with your mama.
Right.
So it only makes sense that now you have high blood pressure like your mother. It has nothing to do with it being passed down.
Nothing at all.
It has everything to do with your diet.
What is that what you call it, the generational curses? It's generational blessings as well. You don't have to take the bad all the time.
No. And I think I kind of broke that for myself because I remember telling you my story of how, I had some digestive issues in college that turned into me losing, 40 pounds in 2 months. I was going to all these different gastroenterologists trying to figure out what was wrong. Nobody could make a diagnosis. So I was losing it. I was losing my mind. Right. I was losing weight. Nothing was working. I had different doctors, tried the same test. It was a shit show.
Yeah, I believe
And so I finally read this book by Dr. Mark Hyman called Ultra Prevention, and it talked about this facility called Canyon Ranch, and I was like, oh my God, if I could just get there, maybe they could help me. And remember, I told my girlfriend about this place, and she was like, Seneca, if money was not the problem, would you go? I was like, I leave tomorrow.
Right. Best
decision of my life. I had never heard of holistic healing before, right? I grew up in a neighborhood where we didn't know what organic food was.
That's a witch doctor. Don't bring that up in my house.
Exactly.
Quick.
I'm serious, and it was just like when I got there, I remember the doctors telling me, listen, Ms. Dunmore, we just want you to do one thing. Stop taking all the medication that you're taking, because I was taking 13 pills a day.
Jeez, yeah.
13 pills a day, and it was making me sicker and sicker.
I believe it.
And so they said, we're going to take off all the medication, and all we want you to do is just trust us. Do everything we tell you. Listen, I was so desperate at that time, because when I got to the facility, I was 72 pounds.
Wow.
Wet and wearing boots. 72 pounds. So they could have said, look, we gonna smoke cocaine every day. I would have been a crackhead. Okay, listen, because I'm an overachiever.
Right.
Because, so I would have, they'd have been like, I want you to do 2 grams. I'd have been cutting 3. Like, now we gonna
make sure this work right.
We gonna make sure this works.
Stick
But
it in.
but it was the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Everything from Ayurvedic to homeopathic, Chinese herbs, herbs.
Right.
Let me say that again, herbs. And but I'm telling you, it brought me back to life.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm such a huge advocate of holistic healing, of functional medicine, because it saved my life. And that's something that we're not teaching in our communities.
You're not going to teach that at all. It's no, like you said, it's no healing in the cure. But
no.
We don't even teach agriculture anymore. So
no.
Most of these kids get out and plant what? You ask a kid, I asked my nephew, I was like, hey, your orange doesn't have seeds in it. It's not supposed to toxic. I'm like, they don't even know.
Yeah, that they're supposed to have seeds. That these things are being genetically modified, and
exactly.
It's harmful.
They're all of the food that we eat, that we ingest, is, if we haven't grown it ourselves, you don't know where it's coming from.
Exactly.
You pluck that chicken, wring that neck, you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you grow your own weed.
Because
now you know, like, exactly.
I have to, because I when they started pushing it out in Cali and Seattle, and of course it was some states that were not predominantly African American. I've started noticing a trend with the medication. We had to put labels on certain stuff. I did work in a few dispensaries as well. So we had to label everything. Okay. And everything had to be tested. And if it wasn't enough of something, they had to add a little bit so it can meet the weight requirement. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna put all of that out there, but do your research. Whatever you do, I mean, even if you're not even doing cannabis, do your research on whatever goes into your body. Absolutely. It's your body. You don't have to go to the doctor and they tell you to take this, do that, and you do it. Yeah, exactly. Do your homework. It's okay to say, hey, listen, let me get a second opinion. Right. I mean, just brief real quick, like my dad had a car accident this past weekend. Oh, wow. So I've been helping him. He's all right now. He broke 4 ribs and broke his hip. Oh, gosh. Right. That's the thing. It was painful, and they wanted to put a rod in his knee. Oh. And my dad's about almost maybe 62. Okay. He has heart issues. He has chronic kidney issues. Okay, so putting that rod probably ain't gonna that's not gonna be the smartest idea. Mm-hmm. So me and the doctor were going back and forth for a hot 10 minutes, and he didn't know who I was. Okay. And I didn't let it be known. Right. I let my education speak for myself. Yeah. I was like, have you tested his kidneys? He was like, yeah, the levels are bad, but if we put this rod in, it won't do anything. I said, what about his heart though? Yeah. I was like, have you consulted with his doctor? And he was like, no, but I'm telling you, from my experience, you're 25, sir. I taught plenty of doctors. Like, I had to train plenty of doctors coming into the hospital on certain things. Yeah. And I'm like, we're going to pass on putting a rod in his knee because he doesn't need to have too many pain issues going on. Absolutely. Because the more pain he has, the more pain medicine you guys are going to give him. Absolutely. And the less active his body is going to become. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be able to heal himself if he's sleep all day. You can't sleep all day. Your body doesn't re-energize. It re-energizes with 8 hours. Get on about your life. Yeah. Don't sit there all day. You become lazy, you become stagnant, you're going to be stuck there. Okay. So did you recommend a little sativa or indica? I keep trying to put it in his food. He's scared. Ever since the brownies, I can't get this man to eat nothing else. Right. But now he's at the point because he's had so many pain pills. Okay. In the hospital. And so today he's like, I just can't use the restroom. Go get me some chocolate milk. I said, that's just going to back you up worse. Yeah. Because it's milk and we're black and lactose intolerant and then mixed with the pills. It's just a confusion in your stomach right now. It's a traffic jam. You looking like 288 down there at 5 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, you're not going nowhere. Nowhere. So I was like, so I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of it and I'm going to be here with you so we can get this, we can pass this car on through to 59, wherever we got to go. Yeah. And he's like, all right, well, we're going to do that. So, I mean, eventually, you're going to get so sick of being sick that you just want to be healed. So, that's exactly where I was. When people asked me, I was like, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So whatever they told me to do, I did it. You reached that point, man. Absolutely. I'm telling you. So how can we get this message out to the community? Like, this is like what you're talking about. I could see like there being some type of workshop in Sunnyside, some type of holistic healing type of intervention, and talking about growing our own farms and agriculture and things like that. Like, why aren't we having that conversation? That is a very good question. Very good question. I mean, I utilize a lot of networking tools in my day-to-day life. Okay. So I meet a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to a lot of people that I grew up with and went to high school with to try to get to putting grocery stores, healthy grocery stores in the hood. Because if you go down MLK, you don't see anything but Family Dollars, Burger King, Shipley's, nothing healthy. Right. So I'm like, I'm trying to get I'm working to get towards it. The only way we can get this message across is really social media, because that's all kids are paying attention to. That. Oh yeah. You have to YouTube that it's cool to go out here in the heat sometimes and pick your peas, whatever you're gonna pick. Harvest time. We preach about harvest time all the time, but seed time and harvest. Half people don't even know what harvest it means. Work, like you have to go and harvest all the grain, and you got to get out there with the nitty gritty, and then you have to go out there and sell it so you can reap from the benefits of what you just grown.
Amen.
Like it's some work.
Are you preaching up in here?
Hey, it's Sunday, you know what I mean? But you have to really work for what you want, like for your life.
Well, I'm about to work with this food right here that you brought me.
Work away.
Listen, what we working with right here?
This is some infused catfish. Took it light on you. This is about a gram in this catfish.
Okay.
A gram of weed. So about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, you'll feel the effects of it. And then we have some green beans and then my Cajun rice with some jumbo shrimp on the other side for you.
Yes, okay. This is looking right here.
Yes. Hope you like it.
It looks so good.
Yes.
Oh, you put your foot in there.
I tried to.
I need a nap now. Hold on.
Okay. I know. I have to say, give me real quick. Real quick, 5 seconds. Go ahead. Take a nap.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Thank you. I'm going to have a wheat and wine mixer.
Ooh.
It will be here in the city.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to just follow my social media, it'll be Highly Hungry. And yeah, the Highly Hungry on everything. YouTube's, except for Snapchat. My Snapchat is God Made Me. That's like more personal. So you get an up close and personal look into my life. But for everything else cannabis related, follow me on Highly Hungry on Instagram, and I update weekly. I do not post on Sundays, but every other day you'll see my food, schedules of weekend meals.
All right.
As well as the weed and wine mixer that'll be coming up in the summer here.
Weed and wine mix. All right.
Yes, the wine is going to be infused as well.
Okay. Yeah. We all about this holistic healing around here on the green sofa.
Green sofa. I'm just trying to say.
Tasha, thank you so much for coming in today. This has been so much fun. Such an enlightening conversation. And listen, you got all her information, so make sure you follow her.
Please.
Listen, we're going to have more exciting dialogue on the green sofa. Thank you so much. I'm going to finish my cannabis-infused catfish for today.
All right.
And then I'm taking me out. Holla!
Bye, y'all.